let's carry on with the neck. I've put X's on all the upper faces so I can keep all the grain lines so that they're all stacking exactly as they were in the plank. And I've just realised don't need glue there. I should probably have applied the glue to these three pieces on the underside, but I do it the easy way. What a mess. Just going to do a bit of tidy up on the end. It isn't critical, but I just want a square end. It's not a reference surface, but it'll just make a few future steps a little easier. I'm just going to trim a little of the spare wood away, again to neaten up the edges. I'm not going for the final profile just yet, because if I plane the top prior to fixing the fretboard, the nut position will effectively move back that way. So there's plenty of spare on here at the moment, but it'll just make future steps a little bit more straightforward, as you're about to see. This next bit might surprise any of you who haven't seen the CGI design of my guitar, a link to which is up there. That actually went quite well. It was helped a lot by the fact this is a ripsaw blade. That was a little bit more involved than it appeared in the edit, but with air. I had to get everything square. You can see all the shavings I took off. But I'm there. It's a bit of a challenge getting this flat because you've got to keep the thickness correct. You've got to keep everything square. But we've got a really good gluing surface now. So happy. That's what it's going to look like. So let's get gluing. This is going to slide all over the place. Got to be careful here because there is a limited working time with this. What I found just then was that clamp pulled it. I'm getting very, very sticky. I think I've achieved quite a good glue up, but have I used enough clamps? that all seemed to go remarkably well. The thing I feared most with this was the glue up, and it actually went quite well. I got the sides absolutely spot on. These two surfaces exactly level. The only slight problem I had was the top here was shifted maybe a millimetre that way, which had the effect of just skewing the squareness of the nut just here, which just meant that I had to plane a little bit off here to bring it all square again. It also meant that I had to take a little bit off the heel to get that all square as well. I didn't really need to square that up really, but I guess a nice square heel will have will help me when I'm doing what's going to be quite a tricky mortise and tenon. I'm now going to leave this. I've got this flat, I've got it square, I've got it true, and I'm going to leave it for a few weeks and just make sure it doesn't move. I'm not expecting it to, but just make absolutely sure, and then we'll worry about doing the heel join, which could be a challenge. Another thing to note, this is just big enough. I allowed myself a good 10mm spare at the end here, knowing that there was going to be a bit of shuffling, getting everything square and everything, and I needed a little bit of room to work. I've ended up with something that's a mere 4mm too big, which is I've lost 6mm off that. If I'd have cut all these pieces to exactly the right size, I would have had to have made sure that I cut them absolutely square and accurate and glued them up accurately. I guess because I knew I'd got a fair bit of tolerance, I wasn't that concerned about getting them cut absolutely square and glued absolutely square. I guess if I'd allowed myself less tolerance, I'd be more careful, so it's just almost self-fulfilling really. But just be aware to leave yourself enough extra material to play with. But this is going to look fabulous. I am really pleased with the look of that. It's far more purple on this side. This of course is the side that you'll see on the back of the neck. This will be covered by the fretboard. Sorry if I'm stating the blindingly obvious. But there we have my neckband, and I don't know what we'll do next, but stick around and I guess you'll find out. Bye!